A very warm welcome to the sixth recitation, which is Introduction to JavaScript. I hope everyone is keeping safe. Before we start the recitation, a gentle reminder to watch the previous recitation videos and submit the Google form quiz to be marked for attendance. Also, be sure to write the honor code statement in your assignment submissions, otherwise, the assignments will not be graded. So let's get started with the recitation. The objective of this recitation is to introduce JavaScript, create some programs, and also look into the debugging techniques. So the topics that we will go over are the overview of JavaScript, then we will move on to creating two JavaScript program and also look into the debugging process. So what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a text-based programming language that uses both on the client and the server side. And it is used on both the client and the server side, and it allows us to make the web pages interactive. So on one hand, we have HTML and CSS that gives structure and style to the pages, and JavaScript, on the other hand, gives the web pages interactive elements that can engage a user. So we can start with our first program where we will see how to write a JavaScript code. The first thing that I would request everyone to do is go to Canvas and download a file called as shell.html. You can go to the files under recitation information under my name, Jayashree Damala. There is a folder for recitation 6, and over there you can find the shell.html file. So download the file and save it as my first JS program.html on your laptop. It could be on the desktop or documents folder, wherever you wish. And we can get started. So let me open the notepad. And this is the shell.html file, which I have named as my first JS program.html. Now, JavaScript codes are always written inside the script tag, and the script tag is mentioned inside the body tag. So we always have the script tag, which is open and end, and inside those two tags, we have the JavaScript code written. So the first problem statement that we will be looking into is going to be very easy. It says that someone is uh, buying two cars for the company and needs to find out the total price of the two cars. So the two cars are Ford and GM. So we have the prices of these two cars and we just need to find the total price. So it is just basic addition. And HTML cannot perform calculations. This is the reason JavaScript will be used, because it will help us to do this operation. Now we can go and start writing our code. So here we have body. Inside the body tag, we will have the script tag. So we open the script tag and we close the script tag. Now we have two cars, right? Ford and GM. So you can see the code which is on the uh, right bottom. So you have to copy this code and write it in your notepad. So here what we have done is we have two variables for Ford and one for GM, and these two variables are given some value, which is the cost. And then we have total price, which is the addition of the two prices. So we can write variable Ford is equal to 18 to 75, and then we can write variable GM, which is equal to 19,535. And then we have the total price, which is Ford plus GM. So now this is a very basic JavaScript code that we have written. So make sure that you save the code now. And if you notice one thing over here, that after every statement, a semicolon is used. Now a semicolon in JavaScript is used to separate elements. So we have simple statements in JavaScript which are followed by semicolon characters, just like we have in C, C++, and Java. But JavaScript, however, it allows you to omit the semicolon if you want, if you have all your statements placed on a separate line. But it is a good programming practice to use the semicolon, and I would advise everyone to do that. Now, after you write the code and save it, you can either run the code on Firefox or Chrome or any other browser that you like. If you're running it, just open the file with Firefox by right clicking on the file name or through Chrome. So I will be using Chrome. Now, if you see, let me just save it and then I will run it. So I've run it over here. If you can see now in this web page, the title that appears on the top frame of the Chrome's window and on the is it says my first JavaScript program. And but if you can see, there is no sign of the total price that was just calculated. I mean, we calculated the total price by adding the two prices, but we cannot see it. So the reason for this is that JavaScript was not never told only to display the result on the screen. So that is one of the reasons why we cannot see the results. Also, if we go back to the code, we can see that we have not over here, we have not initialized, we have not declared total price as a variable. So we have to first declare it as a variable and by using the keyword var. And also when so we shall do that. So now we have declared the variable now, and to display the result, the code the syntax is to use alert. You write alert, and inside alert you write the result that has to be displayed. So when we do that, and now we can save it and then go back to the web page and refresh it. But then if you see again, nothing like we can not still see the results. So there is some problem in our code. And for this, we have to debug the program. Now, debugging the program, if you're using Firefox, then you have to enable the web console. So you go to Firefox, you go to the tools, then developer, and then web console. And if you are using Chrome, then you just click on these three dots, go to more tools and then developer tools. So this will open the console. So now if you click, you can see it says uncaught syntax error, unexpected number. And if you click on this link, it will show you which line exactly has the error. So it says the line 9 variable for here there is an error, that is an unexpected number is there. So the mistake that we have done over here is that we have used commas while mentioning a number. So the we have to enter the numbers without any formatting, that is, there cannot be any commas or sign. So now that we know what the mistake is and where the mistake is, we can go back to our code and we can just remove these commas and then save it, then go back and run the code again, refresh the page, and you can see that now we have got the result which says 37810. You can, so this is a window basically, and alert, the alert function that we have used, it displays this window along with the result that had to be printed. If we click on the OK button, then it will close. So if you click on OK, it has closed. Now, so going back to our code, we write our JavaScript code under the script tag, and after every statement we have semicolons, and it is very important to use to declare the variables before using it. Now let's try to do a bit more in the code. We can add an if statement to the code. So we can have a condition that if the total cost of two cars is greater than $30,000, then the car dealer will give them a discount of 1,000. So we can have a if statement over here. So we can go to after this we can write if the total price is greater than 30,000, then we will get a discount of 1,000, and then our total price will be total price is going to be total price minus discount. So now we can save the code, go back and then run it. So now we've got the result over here. So this is how the JavaScript code is written for the particular problem statement. Now we can go to the second problem. We will be using the first problem as a guide. So like create another folder which is called as my second JS program.html, and then we can solve the problem statement. I'll just create a new file, save as. We can write my second JS program. So now we have that. So the problem statement of this is an electronic store as a promotion offering a discount of 12% for its UHD TV sets. A customer is interested in buying a TV set whose price is 2000. The store is located in New Jersey, so a 7% sales tax will apply to the discounted price. So we have to calculate the final price that has to be paid by the customer. And I mean, the final price has to be displayed. So the strategy to code this out would be to create all the variables and assign the values to it. So the variables that we'll be using here will be the price of the TV, the discount given, the tax which is applied, then the discounted price and the final price. So after we have created all the variables and assigned the values, we can calculate the discounted price and then calculate the final price using this discounted price. So I would request everyone to pause the video right now, try to code this and then come back to the video and check for the solution. So we have, so starting with the, we will first create a HTML file and a basic template of it. So we'll write doc type HTML, then the HTML tag, make sure we close the tag. Then inside the HTML tag, we can have our head tag and then close the head tag. Inside the head tag, we'll have the title tag. It could say my second JavaScript program, and then close the title tag. And we can also add the meta character set, meta character. So with this, the head is complete. Now we can go to the body. So we can write body, open the tag, close the tag. Now inside body, we will write our JavaScript code. So we can write script and then close the tag. So now the first thing that we have to do is create all the variables. So we will use the keyword var. So we have the variables which are the TV price, then we have discount, tax, discounted price, and we have the final price. So we have these variables. Then the next thing we have to do is initialize, give values to these variables. So we have, it's as given in the problem statement, the TV price is 2000. Then the discount. So the discount is given as 12%. So 12% is 12 divided by 100. So that's why we will write the discount in decimals, which is 0.12. Then we have the tax. Tax is given as 7%, which is 7 divided by 100. So we will write the tax in the form of a decimal, which is 0.07. Okay, so with this, we have declared our variables and we have assigned values also to the variables. Now we have to do the computation, that is the calculation. So first we'll find out the discounted price. So the discounted price is going to be the price of the TV minus the amount of discount that we got, that is the TV price into the discount. So this is the discounted price, and then once we have the discounted price, we can get the final price. So the final price is going to be discounted price plus discounted price into the tax. Now we have done the computation. The last thing left to do is to display the answer that we have got. So we will write alert, the final price is dollar, and then we can pass the argument that we have to display. So with this, like our JavaScript code is also written. So I'm just going to save it and then run it. So if you can see that the final price over here we have got as 1883.2, that is the answer. So that's how that code will be written. But if you can see in the code, we are already assigning the values to all the variables. But it would be better if the user can get the can take the input of the values. So in JavaScript, when you have to take input, a prompt function is used, and we will try doing that now. If you can see now, instead of TV price is equal to 1000, we can write prompt and then enter TV price. Okay, and the same goes for discount. We can just write prompt, enter discount as a decimal, and we for the tax also we can use prompt enter tax as a decimal. Okay, so we have used instead of like assigning the values, we have used prompt. But now the prompt window that is there, it is originally designed to like receive text input and not numbers, and so that's why we will have to multiply the number 1 with the prompt for all these variables in order to ensure that the code knows that the input that we've given is actually numbers and not text. So just over here we have to multiply the prompts with the number 1. So now with this, just save the code and try to run it again. So now you can give the values, that is 2000, then 0.12 the discount, and 0.07 is the tax, and then you get the final price, which is 1883.2. So this is how that we can use the prompt function to get the inputs from the user. Now let's go one step further and add an if else statement to so that we can consider the shipping cost also. So the condition could be that if the discounted price is greater than $1,500, then a shipping cost of 10% is added. Otherwise, the shipping cost is 5%. So now we have seen how to add an if statement. So it's the same. It's the same as that. We can just go ahead. After we find the discounted price, we can add an if statement. So we can say if the discounted price is greater than 1500, then the shipping cost would be we said 10% of the discounted price. So 10% means 10 divided by 100, which is 0.10 into the discounted price. But if you can see, we have used a variable shipping over here. So it is important that we initialize it also over here, like declare the variable over here. So now we have this. We can just close the brackets and then write the else statement. So else the shipping is going to be 5%. 5% means 5 divided by 100, which is 0.05 into the discounted price, and then close the bracket. And now there will be some change in the final price also. The final price is going to be discounted price plus the discounted price into tax plus whatever the shipping cost will be. So now let's try running the program. We can give the values of the TV price, the discount, and you can see that the final price is now 2059.2, which is along with the shipping. So now with this, we've come to an end to the recitation, and there is a Google Form link which is mentioned over here. Please finish off the quiz so that you can be marked for the attendance. Thank you and have a good day.